And I just wanted to throw that in there because I think that like even with meditation, it just becomes a thing in which, you're going to sit in a corner and do something. And then certainly that has carryover effects, but like, how do you expand upon that? And how do you present the potential that exists beyond just that?
And I think, the carryover effects is a great way of putting it, because how many times have you had a day planned out in front of you and then, something goes wrong at the very beginning of it? You spill coffee on yourself, or, you miss the bus.
I did
Yeah.
yesterday.
You do something wherein, even though that in of itself is a single moment in time, which, Joe can talk about how time is not a thing, which I don't truly understand, but it is just a moment in time.
I didn't either. I am like that. What's this? What?
But you can let that have a carryover effect to the rest of your day in a negative way. And we've all been pulled into that situation before, or you can just be sitting on the couch at the end of the day, but just the radiant negative stressors of, something else going on. Maybe it's a project coming up. Maybe it's, a homework that, you're going to have to do. Maybe it is just something that, you've been putting off that is eventually going to come due. That can bring you down into a state that you don't have to be in, but it is doing it, even though it's not having an effect on the current moment itself. So
that's momentum.
To be able to have that in the positive way, I think is not something that a lot of people experience, but is something that everybody should know is possible.
It is most certainly possible, and every one of us experience life with momentum. Momentum is a thing. And if anybody's ever watched a sports event of any kind, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, tennis, anything, golf, like momentum, swimming, like momentum is a thing. And that's a word that they use so frequently, and the reality is every one of us are in our own state of momentum, and momentum is always referring to energy. And it's like we use these words when we struggle to find words, we use words, that seem to always relate to energy or light. We say someone's radiant. We say, they lit up the room. We say, all of these things that, we talk about momentum. We talk about all of these things that, again, if you're like, it always goes back to an energy thing. It always goes back to a light thing. Yet that's not ever anything we're putting any attention to try and understand at a deeper level, right? And the fact that every one of us that are living and breathing have a heartbeat. And like when that heartbeat is done, the body is dead and the brain is there, the heart is there, like everything is there, but it's no longer functioning, right? And so to not have and not put any attention or consideration to the fact that like we are all energetic beings, we have so much opportunity to try and understand that at a level in which it serves us and helps us function in a more balanced way, to which we experience what we want to experience, right? Instead of what we don't.